Let's go over Star Wars Episode 9 when it comes to the final film of the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy alike, currently being directed by J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one of the big subjects for Episode 9 is, of course, both Supreme Leader Snoke and Darth Plagueis. We've been hearing about this a lot lately, about Snoke's return in Episode 9 in some way, shape, or form. This also lines directly up with Andy Serkis actually canceling his appearance at Keystone Comic-Con not too long ago for this September, I believe it is, over in Philadelphia for a big project due to scheduling conflicts for apparently a motion capture sequence. To me, that all adds up to Snoke returning in Star Wars Episode 9. Not only that, a couple of weeks ago, actually a couple months ago at this point, the Weekly Planet went over how Disney and Lucasfilm are toying around with the idea of introducing Snoke as Darth Plagueis in Episode 9 in order to wrap all the 9 movies into one big movie, and especially how it has all to do with the prequel trilogy continuity. Now, I wanted to get on this subject here as Snoke being Darth Plagueis in Episode 9. A lot of people have been talking about this, and to me, I think that this is the greatest way possible in order to introduce Plagueis into the new Disney canon. Now, we do know this. Darth Plagueis is a part of the Disney canon for Star Wars, but as of right now, I don't believe that his species is specified in the Disney version of Darth Plagueis. In the Legends version, he was a moon, like a mun, I should say. But looking at Episode 9 and all, Snoke being Darth Plagueis, I think would be the ultimate way to go in order to wrap all 9 movies together. Now, some people out there, and this is the big debate, some people out there do doubt that this would ever happen because Darth Plagueis really isn't known among a lot of the casual fans out there, and he's not too big of a character in order to introduce him in just one film and one film only. And I can see a lot of your views on that, but I also have to say this, is that yes, he may not be known to the casual viewer as much and more suited for the hardcore fans. This would also serve as a great way in order to introduce him to the casual fans and get him a whole lot more known. And as this character is more known, you can even do future spin-off films just on Darth Plagueis alone, where maybe they could do a young Palpatine, and that in and on itself could also be a great way to introduce the character as well. We do know that Disney is, of course, kind of testing out the ideas of introducing new Sith Lords in the new canon, such as Lord Momin. We also have Darth Atreus, who wields 2 crossguard lightsabers. A lot of things are really happening for Star Wars and the franchise as a whole. So Darth Plagueis being, Snoke, or Snoke I should say, being Darth Plagueis in Episode 9, I think is gold. I think it's the way to go. I think it just makes sense. Some of you guys may agree with me or disagree on that, but that's perfectly fine and okay and all. To me, Snoke was growing on me as a character, and we do know that Andy Serkis knows Snoke's backstory and that they are keeping it a big secret. And they actually are keeping it a big secret in case they were to use Snoke in a future film or a future trilogy or a standalone film, something like that. That's why they're holding his backstory. So the fact that his backstory is such a secret, to me, tells us a lot of things. I don't think it's just solely because they want to make future films. I think that there is a meaning there. Now, it could be overthinking to some of you, but I think that there is some huge secret as to exactly the true identity of Supreme Leader Snoke. It's still something that we really don't know, right? And I think it's one of the burning questions in the sequel trilogy. Exactly how did Snoke rise to power within the First Order? And exactly, who was he, right? We do know that he never really had those injuries prior to the sequel trilogy. Before that, he was described as a handsome man. And looking at Episode 9, and all, the fact that Andy Serkis may very well be involved here, I think that they're doing a lot of things with Snoke. There's also have been a lot of rumors about Ed Harris being involved as a younger version of the character, which to me could very well be in the form of a flashback or a vision or maybe even a rejuvenated Snoke. To me, that's a very interesting angle for Star Wars. What if they do bring back Snoke and they rejuvenate him into a new clone? Kind of like how they did with Palpatine in in Dark Empire. But guys, nonetheless, I would really love to hear your opinions below in the description, or should I say in the comments section. Let me know what you think about all of this in there. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.